நமஸ்காரம், எப்படி இருக்கீள்? சௌக்கியமா? ஓகே, இந்த வாரம் நம்ம என்னத்தை பற்றி பேசணும்? நான் எழுதி வச்சிருக்கேன் என்ன பேசணும்னு. நான் போன வாட்டி சொன்னேன் I'm not going to reveal my identity. கொஞ்சம் I think here and there I have to reveal for me to like share stories and stuff about my life. ஸோ நான் பிறந்து வளர்ந்ததெல்லாம் வெல்லிங்டன் நியூசிலாண்டில் ஆக்கும். Why I'm telling you this now is I'm trying to speak as Indian as possible without stereotyping. அப்போ போன வாட்டி நான் பேசுகிறப்போ கொஞ்சம் என்னோட நியூசிலாண்ட் ஆக்சென்ட் ஸ்லிப் ஆகிடுது. ஸோ I thought no one would notice, but when I listened to the podcast again, I could actually notice that, the accent has slipped a little here and there. That's why, if anybody was wondering, I'm from New Zealand. பொறந்தது வளர்ந்ததெல்லாம் இப்போ நான் இந்தியாவில் இருக்கேன். நியூசிலாண்டில் இருக்கிற பேரெல்லாம் கிவின்னு சொல்லுவா. Like how Indians are called Indians, like people in India are called Indians. அங்கே இருக்கவாள் கிவின்னு சொல்லுவா. அப்போ like two things that annoyed me when I came to India was, number one, Australia is not a continent, okay? Stop it. Australia is a country, New Zealand is a country, and both these countries and with several other countries are in a continent called Oceania. Not many people were aware of this. Nariya per solva Australia country continent akundu. No. Oceania akum continent. Pinna another thing that annoyed me when I came to India was எல்லாரும் சில பேர்கிட்ட தான் நான் பேசினப்போ எங்கிட்ட கேட்பா நான் ஆஸ்திரேலியன் ஆண்டு. நோ ஆஸ்திரேலியன், நியூசிலாண்ட்லேருந்து ஆக்கும். It's like, I mean, I get it, obviously Australia is a bigger country, but I don't know, it just it irritates me so much, but I get it. I'm just complaining for no reason. Pinna another. Oh, so guys, in case I was in Florida, and in Florida, Miami, I would have called myself, I am Mani from Miami. Just kidding. Appo Miami Florida oda capital. Florida oda state in United States, and the state oda capital Miami. Pinna another. நான் பாட்காஸ்ட் டாபிக்ஸ் இது பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன், ரீசர்ச்லாம் தேடிட்டு இருந்தேன் என்னத்தை பற்றி பேசலாம் இந்த வாரம்னு. I tell you why I have difficulties finding good podcast topics. For that I need to tell you another story. So I'll tell you my pop culture journey. So till when I was in 6th standard or 7th standard, I used to not know much about any of the pop culture stuff, Indian, non-Indian, nothing I knew except for Tamil cinemas, especially na Tamil comedy nariya பார்ப்பேன். நாட்டில் எல்லாரும் தமிழ் சேனல் தான் பார்ப்பா, இப்போ நானும் அதை தான் பார்ப்பேன். அப்போ எனக்கு நிறைய தமிழ் சினிமா எல்லாம் தமிழ் மூவிஸ் எல்லாம் தெரியும். பின்னா 6th ஸ்டாண்டர்ட்லேயும் 7th ஸ்டாண்டர்ட்லேயும் வந்தப்போ என்னாச்சு, my Hindi was very poor, okay? So in order to like improve my marks in the subject, my teacher suggested that I watch certain Hindi programs on TV because I used to get really bad marks in Hindi. So then I used to watch some Hindi stuff, and I used to know, like, till when I was in 10th standard, I used to know all the movies that were out. I used to know all the new songs. I used to know all the actors. அப்படியெல்லாம் இருந்தது. So now it was Tamil plus Hindi. Pinna 11th standard, 12th standard I started slowly acquainting myself with all this American pop culture stuff. I don't know why. I think like American pop culture is the most popular culture all over the world. So that. And then 12th standard Kanjutu, I had no time for any of this stuff. Like I slowly, was going farther away from all this like movies and all of that stuff. Ippo enkitta ketta I don't know any new song. I don't know any new movie except like people around me talk about it. That's all. So I know nothing about pop culture. Somehow the only thing that stayed that I have kept in touch with are a few series here and there. So even my pop culture knowledge is very bad. So I'll tell you what. The only thing அப்போ இன்னொரு என்னாச்சுன்னா இப்போ 12th ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് நான் ടിവി பார்க்கறதே நிறுத்தி விட்டேன். அப்போ ടിവിയിൽ வந்து எனக்கு வந்து ടിവി வந்து பார்க்கறதே நிறுத்திட்டேன் completely. So obviously I don't know anything that's happened. Like പിന്നെ இந்த நெட்ஃப்ளிக்ஸ் எல்லாம் எனக்கு அப்புறமா தான் கிடைச்சது. ஒரு 2000 மேபி லைக் 18-19 தான் நான் வந்து டிஸ்னி ஹாட்ஸ்டார், நெட்ஃப்ளிக்ஸ் அதெல்லாம் பார்க்க தொடங்கினேன். இப்போ அதுக்கு முன்னாடி என்னதுன்னா the only thing that was with me was YouTube, my phone. So my phone la very YouTube in this. So somehow I'm a little more familiar with YouTube stuff. So that's my journey of the pop culture journey. அதுல வந்து என்ன நடந்ததுன்னா யூடியூப்ல வந்து I don't say YouTube is such a vast space, so I obviously won't know what's happening on like the entirety, but a little bit, a portion of YouTube I know. So keeping that in mind, I'll tell you why it's so hard for me to find podcast ideas. Okay, it's hard because I'll tell you why. For example, I want to talk about, say, some like currently Elon Musk. There was some like a beach picture of Elon like 4-5 days back, and then people were making fun of it. So even if someone from my demographic wants to watch that, they would probably watch an English 100% English podcast. They would listen to that Elon Musk stuff there, I feel. So I need to speak on, say, something Indian or something that's more closer to home. I feel like I'm not being authentic because I'm not very well versed with the pop culture stuff here. So it's like I'm in like a dilemma, you know. I don't know what to do, what to speak on. But anyway, நான் வந்து இப்போ Elon Musk பற்றி சொன்னப்போ எனக்கு ஒன்று ஓர்மை வருது. நான் ரெடிட்ல ஸ்க்ரோல் பண்ணி இருக்கிறப்போ I saw this post. Okay, I don't remember which Reddit, subreddit. ஆனால் ஒரு pod இருக்கு. அந்த podனா like it's like a podனா I'll insert a picture. Okay, this is the pod I'm talking about. சில பேர் வந்து அதை வந்து டெஸ்லா ஆஃப் டெத்ன்னு சொல்லலாம். ஸோ யூ ஜஸ்ட் ஹாவ் டு கெட் இன் அண்ட் தென் ஏதோ நைட்ரஜன் ரிலீஸ் பண்ணுவாளாம். And you'll go into like a euphoric state and then slowly you'll die. That was interesting, you know. I'm like, what? Last time I told you ஒரு ஃபைட் இருக்கு, ஜேக் பால் வர்சஸ் ஹசீம் ரஹ்மான். அந்த ஃபைட்டே கேன்சல் ஆயிடுது. ஐ கான்ட் பிலீவ் திஸ். அப்போ எனக்கு வந்து நான் வந்து 9th ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் படிக்கிறதுலேயே எனக்கு வந்து தலைமுடி வந்து நரைக்க தொடங்கியாச்சு. ஸோ நான் 9th ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் 10th ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் படிக்கிறது மேபி லைக் 2 or 3 hair, what am I saying, 2 or 3 strands of hair was grey. ஆனால் இப்போ வந்து okay, how do I say this? I'm older than 20, younger than 30. Okay, that's my age. Older than 20, lesser than 30. I'm not gonna say if it's early 20s, late 20s, mid 20s, whatever. Ana ipove எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் நிறையவே நரைச்சாச்சு. So I can't wait. So I'm guessing like maybe when I'm 40 or like 45, my like everything will be like white and then I can color my hair without bleaching. I can't wait for it. You know, எல்லாம் நரைச்சா எனக்கு வந்து பகுதி நரைச்ச பகுதி விளையாடுனா I don't know how good it's gonna be, but I can't wait for my entire like hair to become white, gray, or whatever the hell they call it. It's gonna be, I can't wait. That's one thing that I'm looking forward to. this aging thing, one thing that I'm looking forward to is grey hair. പിന്നെ എന്നാ ചൊല്ലരുത് see, it's very important for me to be 100% real in this podcast. I'll tell you why. Say for example, if I have to put on a show, like I give you an example from the YouTube side of the world that I know, okay? இப்போ வந்து ஒருத்தன் இருக்கான் நிகா ஹிகாண்ட் அவன் he was one of the most subscribed to YouTuber once upon a time. அப்போ அவன் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்கிட் எல்லாம் பண்ணுவான். பின்ன லில்லி சிங் ஒருத்தி இருந்தா, லைசா கோஷின்னு எல்லாம். இப்போ ஒரு காலத்துல வாழ்க்கைலாம் நிறைய வியூஸ் கிடைக்கும், நிறைய சப்ஸ்கிரைபர்ஸ். they were like the most popular YouTubers at one point in time. ஆனா கொஞ்சம் like they started losing their அதுக்கு பேர் வந்து they were like getting burnt out because I feel like they were like exaggerating one part of their personality maybe on YouTube, which I guess most of them do, but I don't think it's sustainable because after a point you're going to get tired because for pretending you need energy to pretend. Ana ipo parugo another say for PewDiePie is the most subscribed to YouTuber. Okay, he's just like a chill, like he's chill, he's still doing his thing because I feel like if you're being 100% yourself, you don't have to pretend. You can just, you know, be and go on. Another example would be who would it be? Maybe Logan Paul, because he has a podcast. It's called Impulsive. Logan Paul is Jake Paul's brother. Jake Paul is the one whose fight got cancelled, and then his father Logan Paul. I don't know. വേറെ എന്നെ പറ്റി ചൊല്ലണം പേശണം. I know what I have to talk about. ஒரு என்கேஜ்மெண்ட்டுக்கு gift கொடுக்கணும்னா I'll tell you it's very hard, especially if it's not like a love marriage kind of a situation or arranged marriage situation. Like engagement nadakrappo, what gift can you give them? Like I don't know, it's so hard because you can't give them those, you know, couple mugs, couple t-shirt that says, oh, he stole my heart or some shit. First of all, very cringy. Second of all, ava ippodam paarkara avalike and the couple ke ava rendu veriyum theriyadu. So what's the point of giving gifts like that? I don't know. And I'm not a huge fan of gifts myself. Enakna na sollaren for giving gifts, okay, fine, like you have to think a lot, you have to make sure they like it, all of that, but that's still fine. But I don't like receiving gifts. I'll tell you why. First of all, I mean, it's very rare that I even get gifts because we're not a family receiving gifts. But I'll tell you what, இப்போ யாரான எதான வாங்கின்னு வந்தா உனக்கு, you even if you don't like it, because I don't know, like for example, if they get you something like a decor, okay, they get you some part of decor and it really does not blend in with the aesthetic of your house. What do you do with it? I mean, it's too rude to throw it away because they've given it to you, but what do you do with it? You know, then you can't tell, you know what, why did you get this? I don't like it. You have, like, it's pretty rude. So end up another, I don't know, like, that's why I feel like, you know, this whole gifting, this surprise thing is like more not useful than the useful. It's more not useful than it is useful, if that makes sense. I'd rather say, hey, you know, someone comes and says, hey, I want that, and then I can get it to them, and then vice versa. I can be like, hey, I want that, and they can get it to me. You know, these, like, especially me, okay, like, எனக்கு நிறைய சாதனம் பிடிக்கவே செய்யாது. I'm very picky that way. Like, எனக்கு சிலதுதான் பிடிக்கும். Like even when it comes to like நேக்கு வாங்குறதுக்கே நேக்கு வந்து நிறைய நேரம் ஆகும். So obviously for someone else to like pick out stuff for me is going to be hard. I don't want them to go through that, first of all, that entire thing of like, oh shit, she's very picky, so what do I get her? And then also on top of that, I don't want to receive a gift and not like it, because it's just very awkward. Obviously I'm going to tell, hey, thank you, I'm very grateful that you have the intention of getting the gift. But I don't know. That's how I feel right now. I might change my opinion. But yeah. Then where another. என்னோட ஆத்துல பவர் போச்சு. ஓகே, நேற்றுக்கோ மிந்தா நேற்றுக்கோ. ஸோ தென் கெஸ் வாட், நான் ஒரு விஷயத்தை எடுத்து வீசிட்டு இருந்தேன் கையா. ஸோ next week when you see me on this podcast, don't think of oh my god, who is she? Her arms are so toned. It's just me, guys. Don't be taken aback by my amazing hands. Just kidding. But you know what? An interesting tip that I want to give you is vishiri இப்படி பண்ணறப்போ alternate between the hands. எனக்குனா ஒரு கையில மாதிரி இப்படி விழுந்தா ஒரு கை மாத்திரம் டோன் ஆகும், இன்னொரு கை டோனே ஆகாது. So it won't be symmetric. So that's an important tip. பின்ன இங்க வரதுக்கு எனக்கு ஒரு டாபிக்கும் இல்லை. I want to mention there was a comment that I received on the last week's podcast. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for commenting. That's really sweet. I'm just interested. How are you guys listening to this podcast? Is it recommended by YouTube? Eppadi akum? Because it's such a it's so funny. It's very interesting to me. Eppadi ungalku idu kadakku, eppadi kaakkurenda. First of all, in the podcast la 5-6 views என்னோடாவே இருக்கும், because I'm so என்ன சொல்றேன், இதெல்லாம் என்ன பண்ணறேன் அப்படியெல்லாம். And also one more thing about me is I'm very critical about myself. Okay, I'm such a very nitpicky. So நான் எப்ப பார்த்தாலும் two things that I noticed is I use the word I don't know a lot. I use the words I don't know a lot, and so again, see, this is what I'm talking about. I have to reduce the frequency of these words. Then let's learn something every day. I feel I should do that, let's learn something every day. Yeah, but not this week, maybe next week. Maybe I'll be I'll read some fact or something that's very interesting, that I find interesting. Pinna veranna peshanam, enno peshanam nenachén, marandu poiten. Orme vandhathu enna pannanumnu, maybe, not like a podcast, but maybe just a audio with, just a reacting video. In the Logan Paulum, there is a Hindi actress, Urvashi Enovo, and the last name எனக்கு தெரியாது. So இந்த ஊர்வஷி Logan Paul interview பண்ணினா. Okay, this happened 2-3 years back. I saw the first 3 minutes and I just couldn't watch it because it is very cringy na என்ன சொல்லுவா, ரொம்ப பார்க்க சகிக்க முடியல என்னால. Do you want me to react to that video? I think I should, I think that'll be fun. I think I'm going to do it. Yeah. So, இந்த வாரத்துக்கு இത്രதான். அதிகம் பேசலை ஒன்றும் இந்த வாரம், but I'm very clueless on what to talk about, yeah. So, it's a journey. We're going to figure things out together, okay? அப்போ சரி, இந்த பிராவசம் அത്രதான். அடுத்த வாரம் பார்ப்போம். Bye.